Oh, is this one going to be a treat? Roz's level of confidence for this question is through the roof. The first quarterback to win 3 road games in a single postseason. Hembo looks shook over there. Graz, take it away.
It's Tony Eason with the 85 Patriots. That was the first team to get to the Super Bowl winning 3 road games. So Tony Eason
He went right in.
beat the Dolphins. Woo! So, yeah, we're making it rain in here, baby.
Let's go! Yeah! Tony Eason, get the camera on Hembo. Oh my gosh, Rob, he didn't even have to sweat that one.
Brutal.
He's like, yeah, this is Tony Eason. Now let me go
Now
back.
let me shoot this money gun.
Let's keep cooking. Get Hembo off the screen. It's time for everyone's favorite game of, this is what we do well around here, Definitely or Definitely Not, beginning with Trevor Lawrence. Jeff, Trevor Lawrence is a top 5 quarterback right now. Definitely or definitely not?
First of all, emphasize right now.
Right now.
And say definitely.
Wednesday morning.
Listen, this dude has lit it up. The last 3 weeks, he's playing MVP-style football. Think about this. On third down, 99.9, 99.9, 96.5 the last 3 weeks. The perfect score is 100, y'all. He is playing out of his mind. Obviously, a massive win in Denver last week. This guy is playing it. AFC better be put on notice.
Lewis, you see it the same way?
Yeah, I do. Look, I mean, over the past month, Trevor Lawrence has hit the sweet spot. Look, Liam Cohen, hat tip, man, because you have him locked in right now.
Amen.
This football team's as dangerous as any in the NFL.
It's unbelievable. You think about like what they are heading into the playoffs, having just gone into Denver and ended an 11-game winning streak. Like it's not fluky. When you look at the progress Trevor Lawrence has made in this offense as the season has gone along, there is reason to believe it's legit.
This is why patience with quarterbacks is a must. I remember the conversation surrounding Trevor Lawrence. I remember sitting across from him over there in London, and you're sitting there going, man, he just doesn't seem to like really have the answers within him.
And look,
Yes,
I mean, it could go back down and back up again. Right, but right now,
patience with the young quarterback.
And the confidence is coming from the success they're having right now. That's the thing.
No doubt.
All right, so that's the operative word, patience. Let's move to number 2. If the Giants get the top pick, they should draft a quarterback. Definitely or definitely not?
Definitely not. Look, I've criticized Jackson Dart for, taking too many unnecessary hits, all those kind of things. You'd much rather dial a guy back than have to push a guy forward, especially the franchise quarterback. I mean, you're building your team around him. You have Scattaboo. You've got neighbors who are going to come back. Look, this kid's going to be good in New York. Give him time. Again, patience matters. Do not go try to fix a problem that's not there. He's played well when he's on the field. It's just the unnecessary hits that have accumulated.
Any concern about his regression down the stretch here?
Not at all. Look. In last week's game against Minnesota, his first 3 passes were dropped, and then he had another one dropped in the fourth quarter. I mean, they were flat out dropped. There were kind of throws that his receivers had to come down with. Look, this kid is made of the right stuff, both in terms of his football personal character, his skill set on the football field. He has plenty of football horsepower as far as his mental capability. He's got it all. They had just got to set the table around him, because right now it's a mess. Yeah. It's an absolute mess. It's like the kids section at McDonald's right now, the table that's set around him.
Graz, speaking of which,
like the play place?
Yeah. You know how it looks.
Fryer, sauce,
you don't want to
don't ever look
everywhere.
at the floor.
Don't look at the floor.
Yeah.
Who should they be targeting for their next head coach if they want to get this thing?
They got to find Jackson Dart, his Ben Johnson, his Liam Cohen, whoever that guy is that can work with him and get him like Brian Daboll. Daboll's like hand-picked guy. Like they scouted all the quarterbacks. That's the guy Brian wanted. Obviously, it's not going to be Brian. He's been fired. So they have to find somebody that can build him up and iron out the stuff that needs to be ironed out. And so I don't know. Is that Kevin Stefanski? If the Browns let him go, who are the offensive?
You know what?
Yeah.
Here's a name to keep an eye on. Who's the assistant head coach in Chicago right now that Ben Johnson brought with him from Detroit? Antoine Randall L. Just remember that name. Remember the name J.T. Barrett, another guy, the quarterback coach in Chicago, who we said would be one of the most critical people on that entire staff, because he's the go-between, right, between Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. Those are names you got to start thinking about, because you're going to start picking from that tree. Ben Johnson, everything he touches is going to turn to gold right now.
Just like Sean McVay.
Start thinking about that.
Let me just say this. Don't overlook defensive coach. Mike Vrabel's done a pretty good job getting Josh McDaniels
I'm not saying...
So it does not have to be you have to get your guy as an offensive coordinator or another coach. Doesn't have to be the head coach.
Get him as Josh McDaniels.
Exactly.
Even if
get him help, it doesn't have to be the head coach.
Last one, sticking with the theme of quarterback patience, the Vikings should move on from JJ McCarthy. Definitely or definitely not?
Strong on this. Definitely not yet. Yeah, so strong just like strong, like Graz's portfolio. Here's the thing. You have to go get someone behind him that really helps, okay? And so that if he does, he's missed a ton of time, y'all. Missed a season last year. Obviously, he's been banged up. Availability, especially that position, has to be there. You can't get better. You can't find a rhythm when you're not playing. So make sure you get a good backup just in case he goes through this again.
Look, I think he has the people in-house there with Kevin, with Josh McCown, who can help get him right.
Yeah.
Okay, this offseason is going to be like, let's deconstruct and then reconstruct you here.
Right.
It's especially as far as your mechanics, making sure that you're calm in the pocket, that you're confident in terms of your delivery mechanism. Like everything, they're going to reset this young man.
Yeah.
They are not going to, you cannot throw in the towel on him. And I get it. Some of the things look bad. I mean, you cannot have in your starts right now with one of the baddest dudes at wide receiver that this league has ever seen, and you haven't hooked up with him yet for a touchdown. Right. That can't happen. That cannot happen. But I still believe in this young man's talent. I know he catches a lot of flack for a lot of the other stuff that he does. You know, the Anakin Skywalker. I get it. I get all that. Everybody has their thing.
JJ McCarthy needs to play, not 9. Let's go.
You're right. That guy. But patience, man.
Well, he's going to miss time. 3 different stints this season with 3 different injuries. Like, the injury concern is how high right now?
Obviously, it's very high until he proves us wrong, right? Matthew Stafford had injuries early in his career, and then he was an Iron Man for a decade. Yeah. So it can be done. 2 things, right? If you are going to preach patience here, you better preach it to Justin Jefferson and get him on board, because he has been the good soldier through a miserable season. Yeah. And number 2, you got to back it up better than you did this year. Carson Wentz was fine for a little while, but then they literally nothing, right? Brosmer, an undrafted rookie, right, who's going to start again. So they have to make sure and address that backup position in a more reliable way.
Yes, without a doubt.
Do you think Jefferson should want out of Minnesota?
Ooh, Jefferson-y not.
A bonus one.
That was really well done.
I like that. If I'm him, look, it's not always, you got to get everybody else around him going. The dude's an absolute beast. So, no, I would stay where you are, get McCarthy going right with him, figure this thing out. Again, long term, this thing could be a thing of beauty. You trust KOC if you're him, understanding for whatever reason, it just hasn't hit with McCarthy yet. But to lose point, listen, players over plays, and all the great ones say it. When moments matter, find that guy. The problem you got to find that guy, but you got to build a relationship with him. That's what must happen with Jefferson.
All right, let's keep it moving here. Coming up, the Ravens are going to have a very big decision on their plate regarding the future of Lamar Jackson. Back on Get Up with a game we like to call Sound Off. Interesting people saying interesting things. The Cowboys haven't advanced beyond the divisional round of the playoffs since the 1995 season. But Jerry Jones will not let that drought define him.
1 year, you can change the drought. And then you're the latest to have gone to the playoffs or gone to the Super Bowl. So I don't pay any attention to 30 years this, 20 years that, when I know one good year would change it all and you'd be at the top of the list.
It doesn't pay attention. 30 years this, 20 years that.
Happy's on that eggnog.
You don't think he pays attention to the value of the franchise over the last 30 years or 20 years?
I mean, like, we're not talking about 5 years or 30. He said 30.
What he's saying is true. But the response, if you're a Cowboys fan, is, okay, so do it. Yeah. Because it's been a long time.
30 years.
Yeah.
1995.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh,
whatever. There's a graphic you want to.
There sure is a graphic. Can we pull up D7, please? I'm going to channel my Greenberg. Can we pull up D7? Can we look at this, please?
Oh.
Look at this. Since 2009, teams to make the NFC Championship game. 15 of 16 teams in the NFC have made the NFC Championship game. Can you guess which one has not made it?
Well, it says right there.
You know, can you guess?
No, it says right there.
But this, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, just think about
this. Is this right?
Every single team in the NFC besides the Cowboys since 09 have made the NFC title game. That is mind-boggling.
Since 09, which is 14 years after they last did it. so it's not like they made it in 09 and it's ever since.
Yeah, I know, but we're talking about it's
crazy.
A clean sweep in the NFC.
Yeah.
It's a clean sweep except for you.
That is
you know
insane.
What? Honestly, seriously speaking, considering the fact that all the resources that they have, the cachet, the brand awareness, people want to go play for the Dallas Cowboys. They just do because there's so many things that come along with being a Dallas Cowboy. You have no excuse. You have no excuse. That cannot happen.
Get paid. Don't worry about winning and accountability. It's a great place to go play.
Normally, cheap is the problem.
Let's do it.
Cheap in Cincinnati,
Exactly.
cheap in Arizona. They're not cheap. Now it's time for Is